Hello everyone, my name's Karen Blend and welcome to Dungeon Delvers. For as long as Dungeons & Dragons have been around, there have been demons and devils, and with devils come devil contracts. But what the contracts entailed and what each devil can actually do was never really elaborated on. We had a bit of an idea with the adventure module Waterdeep Dragon Heist, but that was a contract with Asmodeus himself, and his power is pretty much unrivaled, so that didn't give us a real idea of what the common imp or even a pit fiend can do. That is, until the newest adventure module, Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. In this adventure, players start out in Baldur's Gate, as the title says, but soon find themselves in the first layer of hell, Avernus. The overarching story is the players are attempting to save the town of Eturiel. It has been teleported into the first layer of hell and is slowly sinking into the river Styx. If the players fail to save it, all the inhabitants of the town will turn to devils. While searching for a way to save the town from this terrible fate, the party will run into a Hierophant named Lulu. She wants to save the town, beat up all sorts of bad guys, regain her memories, and save her best friend. Her best friend being Zariel, the current Archduke of Avernus. This is no easy task since Asmodeus himself turned Zariel into a devil, and she spends her time fighting demons and making contracts with mortals. Lulu tells the party of the Sword of Zariel, a sword that a sliver of Zariel's celestial spark is in. If she were to accept it, she'll return to her angelic form and save the town. And that's pretty much the story of the book. So let's go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. With the good, there was so much to talk about. This book goes deep into the inner workings of the infernal contracts and how players can find themselves signing one and what that would entail. For example, it actually goes into the devil hierarchy and what each one can do in the contracts. This story also has a ton of replay value, giving the players plenty of options on where to go and what to do. So much so that no two games will be the same once the players enter hell. This story can really push the morals of the players and what their characters consider a lesser or greater evil. Or if they really want to try and stay as good as possible, they will have to push the boundaries on what it really means to have a good alignment. Additionally, one of my favorite characters from Critical Role is hanging out in Avernus, Arkin the Cruel. So it's pretty nice to be able to run into him and possibly fight him if all things go wrong, or fight with him if only a few things go wrong. Another nice part is travel, depending on if you have a kind DM, that is. Avernus has a habit of changing its distance by either stretching or contracting. So a 2-day trip can be done in 1 hour, but if your DM is secretly evil, they can make that 1 hour trip into 1 month. They also talk about infernal war machines, which are a nice temporary treat to give to your players while they explore Avernus. And finally, my favorite part about this book is the Sword of Zariel. As of recording, it is currently the most powerful magic item Wizards of the Coast has ever created. To avoid spoilers, I will say that it's incredibly impressive, and it's understandable why it's so close to the ending of the story. And now for the bad. There really isn't much to cover. This is a very solid book. The only complaint I ever heard about this is that depending on what branch of path you choose, you'll either have only combat or only social encounters. Some players like that hack and slash playstyle, while others love talking things out and working to avoid combat. So, Dungeon Masters, make sure you know your player's playstyle and try to lean them in that direction. Because if they are on the social side of things and decide to cause problems and fight things randomly, they'll be a quick game over. Now, for the ugly. Honestly, the only ugly thing is that Zariel doesn't look like how she did in Mordecanian's Tome of Foes. And I think that is a bit of an inconsistency, but who am I to complain? Overall, I highly recommend trying this adventure out either as a player or a dungeon master. This campaign is for players starting out level 1 and ending at level 14. But let me know what you guys think of this campaign. What interesting stories happened while going through it? Let me know by tweeting me at ZTVGoofingOff and be sure to use that all-important hashtag Dungeon Delvers. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.